right now.
All right, fair enough. And then to see what kind of legs this rally might have, we have to go to high beta tech because, you know, it was one of the first sectors to go green yesterday. So let's get to the big names. Obviously, we got to start with Apple, closed up almost 1.5%, almost at 380 level. Where's the next leg here?
Well, let's take a look here at Apple. Obviously, it's, you know, the darling of the market, has been for a long time. Saw some good buying yesterday. But again, if we look to the left here on the chart, you know, we go back in time, we haven't really made a whole lot of progress since early July. Like we said, with the market, it's been a lot of ebbs and flows. So we do need to wait for, you know, a true breakout to happen, I think, above, you know, this prior pivot that we saw late last week around, you know, these highs, right around 390. That to me would signal this stock is going to make a new high, and you know we could see another rally leg into the 400, 420, 450 area.
Now, even though you have said this is more for a tactical investor, the markets right now, but Apple's one that people love to own, the regular retail investor. So if we do see some kind of sell off in some way, is that a good time to get in long with the possibility of that break to the upside?
Well, Apple's a proxy. I mean, Apple's a great trading vehicle. It's been a great investment for a lot of people for years at this point. But it's also a good proxy and bellwether for what the markets are doing. You know, I use Apple as a gauge almost every day to determine, relative strength, relative weakness. When I see Apple start to rally, and Apple was one of the first that rallied yesterday, to me it was a signal that this market could have some legs and we could see a little bit of a lift. So keep an eye on Apple as, more of a proxy than anything else at this point.
All right, fair enough. And then what about Amazon? Because it's been showing a lot more strength in a way than Apple.
Amazon, market seems to like this stock. It showed a lot of buying. We saw a nice little 2-day pullback yesterday. Boom, nice big, lift off. So I think a $10 move plus intraday. Volume levels are about average at this point in the game. But I do like Amazon. I think you can probably be long tier 1 using yesterday's low as a very sort of tight calculated stop.
So you can get lightly invested for the everyday investor. All right, cool. Let's go to Baidu, up almost about 2%, but been really volatile. And Scott always says it's really not for the investor at all. It's just for traders. What do you think?
I think he's right. I think we got to look at this. Let's take a look at the weekly. I think the weekly gives a very good snapshot of a larger period of time. And if we look back in time, we go back as far as April, March, February of this year, we really haven't done that much directional movement. So, again, just sort of a bird's eye view. Here's February, here's now. We haven't gone anywhere. The stock hasn't done anything. So it's really nothing more right now than just quick hits, short-term tactical trades for those that are so inclined to do that.
Would you be one of those people?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how would you be dealing with Baidu today?
Well, today I probably would be a little more hands-off. I do want to see it get above this pivot. That's the 150, low 150 area before I commit anything longer term. To me, it's just, in a range.
And what about Netflix, up more than 2.5% yesterday, but it got killed for 2 days. And I wonder, can we even group this stock in with high beta tech to see where the leaders go? Or is it just going to be a laggard trading on its own fundamentals right now?
Well, I mean, look, every stock has its own fundamental story. We know that. We have to look at things under the microscope of risk. I think in terms of risk, Netflix poses decent risk reward as a tier 1 or a small entry long here in the low 200s. It held prior lows. We saw some buying come in yesterday. Had that big gap down last week. I think it's going to try, if it's really going to muscle a rally, it's going to have to rally up here and fill this gap.
Would you be shorting?
At this point, no. I do think the stock could see lower in time. But again, it's gonna have to set up for that, and right now it's just not the right time.
All right, so I guess the takeaway here from high beta tech is you want to watch Apple for the direction of the markets, and we could see a little more upside, but you are seeing some kind of downtrend going on with this group, maybe over the next few weeks. Is that be fair to say?
I think it's fair to say it's going to trade in line with the market. If the market does break down or go lower, these stocks are going to roll over and turn down. And some of the ones that exhibit relative weakness, let's say like a Netflix here, hanging on the lower end of the range will probably be the first. To turn down and break down, but we need more time right now to just, jump in. Let's just wait and see how this develops.
All right, fair enough. I will be back with some safety trades for you and also some quick ways to make some cash right after this.